The new year is upon us. The new year is upon us. It's so exciting. So, time for goals. We have to get organized. We have to get very systematic about setting goals and achieving them. And I will share some of those strategies with you in this video, along with specific examples to help you. Welcome back to Efficiency and Organization, the YouTube channel where you get a lot of information on being well planned, well disciplined and motivated and efficient, organized to be able to accomplish a lot in your day, every day, to be successful, to achieve more, and to live an abundant life. Okay, so today's topic is on setting goals for the new year. Step 1. You have to come up with some ideas. You have to start brainstorming. Brainstorming means just think about like where you want to be. Imagine yourself, don't hold anything back. Imagine yourself where you want to be in a year, where you want to be in 2 years, 3 years. Like just visualize, start imagining what that looks like. What does your life look like? So let's do this for 1 year goals. What do you want to have achieved between now and on December 31st or by December 31st next year? Where do you want to be? So based on that, you can come up with some goals, because goals could be short term, which are like less than 1 year, or they could be long term for more than 1 year. So if we're going to say 1 year between January 1st and December 31st, you're going to set 1, 2, or at most 3 goals. Don't overextend yourself. What would they be? So brainstorm. Like you could say, you know what? I want to have traveled somewhere that makes me, like I would have to take an airplane to get to, for example. Or I want to have lost 20 pounds, for example. Or I want to be able to finally buy a car. I want to be able to finally buy a home. So you're going to brainstorm some ideas. Then you're going to bring it down to only about 3 at the most. But make sure you are answering, like for each goal that you choose, you're asking yourself why. Why do I really want this? So for example, there are people who say, I want to be able to get myself a diamond ring, right? So you have to ask yourself why. What's like the main core? Getting that diamond ring, how is that satisfying like your personal goals and values? If it speaks to who you are in your core, it's fine. But if it doesn't, maybe that's not a right goal to choose, right? So you want to choose goals that speak true to who you are. And so my goals this year are financial. They are related to being healthy. They are related to my family. And I have one more. I know I said 3, but I have 4, because you have to understand I've been doing this for a long time and I can achieve 4 main goals this year. So that's why I set them. My last one has to do with travel. So I have 4 in total. Those are like the topics. The next one, do all of these speak to like who I am at my core? Yes, they do. What are the specific goals for each? So like one of my health goal is that I want to like live healthier than I did in like the year before. My travel goal is to travel to 3 destinations within the United States in the next 12 months. Now they are measurable. So that means by the end of like on December 31st next year, if I look at my goals, they're measurable. They have numbers tied to them, okay? So that way I could track and see if I actually achieved them or if I did not achieve them. So for example, let's say I wanted to get a job promotion. Let's just say that's not one of my goals, but let's say it was. Then at the end of December next year, I would say that I get a promotion. That's a number. It's one job, right? It's one promotion. That I get a promotion. If I did, it means I succeeded. I'm good. You remember my travel goal that I told you, I want to travel to 3 destinations in the United States. So by December 31st, I'll look back and I'll say, did I travel to 3 locations? If I did, I met the goal. To spend more time with my family, one of my goals is to have reservations made to various restaurants within like a 50-mile radius. So that way every month we can go somewhere interesting, maybe even twice a month. But those are like, they're very numbers oriented. So by December 31st, if I'm looking back, I'm going to say how many places did my family and I go to eat and spend time together and have fun and laugh and just talk, right? So that could be very measurable. So when you're setting these goals, make sure that they are measurable. So basically, as you can see, The goals that I am setting, the goals that I'm explaining you how to set, have to do with having like a vision of where you want to be. Then it's about being a little more specific about the exact goals that you have, choosing like 3 at the most to work on, especially if you're new at goal setting. And then a lot of it is going to revolve around monitoring throughout the year, once every 2 weeks, once a month, to make sure that you are on track. If you don't do that, you're going to fall behind, you're not going to accomplish it, then it's going to be like 80% of people who actually never accomplish goals. They might set them, but they never actually accomplish them. So in order not to do that, the key step is to every 2 weeks monitor yourself. So one thing I do is I use my planner very, very often. In my planner, every other week on a Friday, it says goal progress. Goal progress. That's my reminder that I need to look at my goals and say, am I meeting this goal? Am I not meeting this goal? So like the travel goal that I had, I already know I'm gonna call the travel agent in February to make the reservations for flights. I know I wanna go to 2 locations in June. So February comes, I'm gonna call and make the reservations for the hotels. I'm gonna make the reservations for the airlines. I'm already starting to save money for spending. When we get to our locations, I wanna be able to spend money, right? And so I'm saving for those already. So being able to monitor your progress will help you say, oh, wait, I'm not doing anything to accomplish this. Let me make sure I'm doing everything now. So by the time December 31st rolls around, I'm done. Do goals get changed, modified, adjusted? Absolutely. So my goal is to travel to 3 locations. Is it going to happen? Hopefully. But what if something happens? What if I need to have our water heater replaced, our air conditioning replaced? That's going to cost money. And maybe the travel goals, at least one of them, has to be adjusted so I could pay for something else. It happens. But at least I'm setting goals and I'm like hoping and doing everything I can to make sure I accomplish them. My health goal is to do 7 to 10 miles of power walking on the treadmill, right? But then okay, what if I get like really sick one week and I can't do it? What if I have like a major leg injury and I can't do it? So I have to modify at that point. But as long as I'm like sticking with it, I'm setting it, and every week being very diligent and disciplined, avoiding distractions and not making myself like use these distractions, use these excuses to not do things, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep with the goals. Achieving goals is so awesome. It's just such a great feeling. And that's why the end of the year is an awesome time for me, like that last week of the year, because then I start to look at the following year. I not only look back and see what I've accomplished, but I also look ahead because I know I've been successful at achieving goals in the past. I know I'm gonna achieve forward. So it's a great feeling. And you probably don't know you're accomplishing goals because you're probably not writing them, you're probably not monitoring them. But I bet you if you start writing your goals and like monitoring your progress, you're gonna see that you're succeeding a lot more often than you think. You can also set new things, new ideas for achieving, and it's gonna help you to feel so good about yourself and feel so successful. All right, that is all I have for this video. Please be sure to subscribe because all the content here is related to these topics as far as goals go, as far as being efficient, well managed with time, and organized and well planned. So that way you can learn more and you can live more abundantly and more successfully in everything you do. I will catch you in the next video.